Welcome back, guys. Working Class Tools here. Today we're going to talk a little bit about multimeters. Well, kind of just look at some of the ones I have. Maybe you're looking to buy one. Not sure where to start. They'll definitely range in price. If you're going to get a multimeter, I would definitely invest in a good one and not buy a cheap one from Harbor Freight. It's going to be a little bit more accurate. If I got to trust my life in a device to tell me how much voltage is coming through something, I would rather buy something that is trustworthy, and reliable. If you can't afford a good one new, then you could look on eBay. Use caution, I guess, because I know, like we have a Snap-on one here. This was about 350, 380 bucks new. This is a little bit older model. They have an updated version of this now, but you can find this for 100, 200 bucks on eBay. Or you got the amp probe. You can find these on eBay for, I think I've seen some for 50 bucks. And this is about the same price range, 350 to 380-ish dollars. You got your normal multimeter, and then you got some that are the multimeter and amp clamp, or you just have amp clamp style, or you got just like the Snap-on one, just multimeter. I do industrial maintenance, so the combination one works really nicely. All of the makers have pretty much their own version of this, whether it be Fluke or Klein or Amprobe. I really like this Amprobe one. It has done me well for the last 10, 12 years. Still works great. Still use it regularly. I don't use it so much for the multimeter side of it though, mainly for the amp clamp. I use the Klein mostly on a day-to-day basis. And then my at-home meter for doing like auto work is my Snap-on. Keep that one at home. I usually keep these two at work. And then this is more for automotive applications, amp clamp. So the Snap-on one's really nice. Has a digital screen. The new version has the backlit colored screen in it now, but basically the same thing otherwise. It does 750 volt max. For automotive applications, you're definitely not going to be testing that AC wise, since you're mostly going to be testing DC on a vehicle. But this is pretty nice. Pretty expensive too. Comes with the little sleeve and comes with the case. I like to have little alligator clips that they screw. The end of the leads are threaded, so they thread right on. That's really nice and convenient, especially when you're testing things on cars. I've had this one probably equally as long as the amp probe, about 10 years or so, and it's been fantastic. Like most things that Snap-on makes, it's quality, but it's also expensive. Like I said, I've had the amp probe 10, 12 years, held up super well. I've had no issues with it. This one also does temperature. I've never used it for that feature. But this one does have dual display. You got the top display for the amp clamp and then the bottom display for the multimeter. They do make some where the selector switch will have whether you want it to be amp clamp or multimeter, and it's only one display. I think maybe the updated version is like that, but I know they do still make a model similar to this with the dual display. But I feel like the one that they replaced this one with is one screen. So yeah, that's pretty handy. We got this amp probe, amp clamp. This is mainly for low draw applications, AC or DC. If you got a parasite draw, basically where if the car is draining the battery when you're not running anything, car's parked, the battery keeps dying, you're trying to figure out why, you can throw this on the battery cable and measure your amp draw and see Am I drawing current? Is that what's draining my battery? Is my battery bad? What is it? If you're drawing amps on the battery, then you know you have a parasite draw to track down to figure out what is causing that draw when there shouldn't be power being drawn, right? So these are incredibly expensive for an unknown reason. We're talking $650 to $700. So you can definitely wrap up a lot of money in amp clamps and multimeters. I think this is probably one of the most affordable one that I have on the table is the Klein, and it's by far, I'd say it's probably my favorite. I don't know if I pointed it out, this one does have the little kickstand in it. You don't have nothing for these. The convenient thing with the amp clamp is you can hook it around a wire and it'll hang there, so that way you can be testing your stuff with your leads, and then it's just hanging right in front of you. I mean, this one's going on a battery cable most of the time, so you just hook that on there and stare at it. What I like about the Klein is this is the MM720. It's the tough model. They're about $100. You can find them at Lowe's, Royal King, online, wherever. It comes with a little built-in kickstand as well, so you can sit it there and look at it. Or you can buy attachment, which I believe they have two attachments available. One's like a hook of some sort. This one is the magnet. So you can just, if you're working in a panel, industrial maintenance, you can just slap it up there. It sticks and hangs. I know they make a similar attachment for the fluke meters. They're $14 if you buy the Klein brand one. This one is King Sung, and I found it on Amazon for half that price, $7. Super handy, love that feature. So this one also does temperature. Comes with a little thermocoupler wire. It'll test temperature ranges from -40 to I think like 1800 and something degrees. So if you need to figure out what something is running temperature wise, you have that option. What I like about this one is the screen. Kind of like I was mentioning with the updated version of the Snap-on one, although the updated Snap-on one is colored screen, LCD backlit colored screen. This one is just a digital lit screen. It does have a little optical light sensor for automatic adjusting of the display, so that way you can always see it well. That's kind of nifty. Comes with a little rubber boot on it. It's like drop tested up to like 6-8 feet. A little bit more durable. Just be a little bit more beefy than some of the other ones. What else was I gonna say about this? This one's good for up to 1,000 volts, where I think this one maxes out at 750. That one might be 600 volts max, so a little higher voltage on this one. But yeah, I mean, I love the Klein. Plus, I like the orange. I like the color. Then you can buy. It comes with a case, a little Klein case that looks kind of like their other soft cases that you can get for some of their other electronic testing equipment. Or you can buy a little optional hard case for $20. Keep it protected. My personal suggestion, if you're gonna go buy a meter, is pick up a Klein. You can get some under $100. Like I said, this one is 100. I know they do sell some that are under. They sell some pretty basic ones that you can get for like 30 or $40. I don't know how accurate they are. I mean, I feel like if they're Klein, then they should be decently accurate. But it might be worthwhile to invest in one that's a little bit more expensive. If you want a amp clamp and multimeter in one, I think you're looking at like 150, maybe 180 through Klein. A lot of people really like Fluke. They seem to be a little bit more expensive than Klein. I've seen some nice stuff with Fluke, but I feel like I just like the Klein stuff better. You got the spot to put your leads in there, which most Flukes do too. So that way you can hold the meter in your hand, be having that probe on something while you're moving this one around to different terminals. So it's nice. Lots of nice features in this one. I personally would suggest Klein. Like I said, you can find them at Lowe's or Royal King, even Home Depot, or online might even be your best bet. Amazon is a pretty good option. Yeah, just my little ramble about multimeters and amp clamps. Hopefully you learned something. If not, I'm sorry. But I'd be kind of interested to know what your favorite is. Are you a Fluke guy, a Klein guy? What kind of multimeter are you using? Do you say multimeter or multimeter? Man, I go back and forth. Most of the time I say multimeter, but I definitely go back and forth. But what is your favorite? What is your trusted brand? Be kind of interested to hear what other people have to say, especially guys that are in automotive field and industrial maintenance, even electricians. I'm curious to know what a lot of electricians prefer. I feel like I see a lot of Klein and a lot of Fluke in the industry, whether for industrial maintenance and electrician wise. But yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know what your preferred brand is. Kind of curious, and maybe even add in there why. Why do you? Is it just one that you bought and then you just happen to stick with that brand, or have you tried Klein and then went to Fluke and for some reason you like Fluke better? Have you found that it's more accurate? Is there features that you like? I mean, I'm really curious. So yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to drop me a comment. Thank you.